What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. Hype. Yeah, so everybody else and their mama are reporting on the interviews, of course, because it's a lot of there's some juicy information in there. Once again, we need to listen to how Asha Sharma and Matthew Ball speak, the words they say, because the words they say mean things. They mean something. They're not. These two individuals are different from past individuals. I mean, Phil, you could take him for his words, and he never lied per se. At the time when he spoke, obviously, but you know, the plan is the plan until it's not the plan. So there you go. And you could see, like, okay, he's defeatist, or he's this, he's that, right? And when he says stuff like that, when he says, yeah, we lost the worst generation to lose, blah blah blah, you know, conceding defeat, instead of saying, yeah, we need to do some work. That's how you say it. You don't say, we suck, we're in last place. Basically what he said. Asha's like, yeah, it's just business is not doing so good. And that's not an admission of defeat. That's an admission of reality. And so she goes, hey, this business is it's not in a good place. I got 100 days. For the next 100 days, we're going to make some changes. We're going to fix this. I mean, she already started fixing it. So she's already instilled confidence in the majority of people who know who she is, especially like the workers there at Xbox. And the bad part about that is that she may have to, you know, there may be some nips and tucks as far as jobs. Part of that is because of COVID. You know, everybody grew, everybody hired, everybody they overextended, which is what she said. They overextended themselves, and it was not going to be sustainable because that whole COVID situation was not a sustainable situation. It was a very unique situation. And honestly, I'll be real. Most of what's happening right now, Sam Altman's fault. If y'all don't know who Sam Altman is OpenAI guy, right? I think he's OpenAI, whatever. He's the AI guy, right? And so he's the guy who said, oh yeah, we're going to order all these chips and stuff for our AI farms, right? That's what he said. And then he later came through about a year later. I forgot what, 6-9 months, a year later or something. He said, psych, I was just kidding. Yeah, that was just a verbal agreement. We never had anything and stuff. And so everybody's like, huh? So he said some stuff. It turned the market upside down. Everybody adjusted. All these prices went up because of the shortage. But there really wasn't a shortage because, I mean, they made the stuff, but he's not buying it. So there's no shortage anymore, but all the prices went up. Are the prices going to go back down because there's no shortage anymore and Sam Altman was full of shite? No. I'm looking at the prices. I'm listening to Asha talking about, yeah, it was 50%. It's 50% higher 5 times. Now it's going to be 7 times by the time next year. I'm like, I got a Series X. I got a ROG Ally White Boy Edition. I guess I'm chilling with that for a minute. My only hope is if they do something kind of modular. Like they already have this notion, like everyone has this notion that, it's going to be really a PC hybrid, blah, blah, blah. Lean into it. This is what they should do. This is Xbox. This is free. I mean, I'm sure they've thought of this, but this is free. This is something that might help. Right. So you see how PlayStation, they put the SSD little slot on the PlayStation 5. Do that, of course. You do that, you know. Obviously, there's no proprietary memory, blah, blah. Don't do that. Just SSD, slap it on. And, you know, you come with 512 cheapest. You come with 512. You slap on whatever memory you got, whatever memory you want, an M2 dot, you know, whatever, right? Boom. That's that, right? That's on the memory side. RAM side, put some RAM slots on that bad boy. It's still one integrated motherboard, but you got RAM slots and you got an SSD slot. Now, you can have some onboard memory, which would be dedicated to the graphics card, right? So you can consider it shared memory, obviously, because like in the instance where someone buys this console and it's only 16 gigs, like what the Xbox Series X has, right? You say, oh, it's only has 16 gigs if you don't add your own memory. Now, I got some SODIMMs. I got 32 gigs of SODIMM in my laptop. I say, yo, can I put this in there? And then that works for the OS, and then the 16 that's on board of the Helix can just be for the GPU and the NPU and the PPU or whatever, the APU. I'm saying, is that possible? Of course it's possible. Would it work? Maybe. Would it hamper performance? Possibly, depending on what RAM you put in it. I mean, if I got DDR4, it's slower than DDR5, obviously, but I already have it. I don't have to spend $900 for RAM, or probably $700 for 32 gigs of RAM. Maybe it's like $5. But anyway, the point is, people have RAM, and if they already have it, and you don't necessarily need, if you want to have 32 plus 64, that was a 48 gigs. That's the way to do it. Even though the OS RAM, which would be the one that I put in my SODIMMs, right, it would be slower. You could then say, okay, it's once you put that SODIMM in it, it'd be shared RAM, even though the onboard RAM for the GPU is faster. You can do some. There's ways that they can do it, because they had split memory on the Xbox One. That's why it was kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, there are complications with that. I mean, the worst comes to worst, it would slow down the onboard memory to make it unified, but then you would have more of it. And I don't know about the I/O speed and all that stuff. There's different numbers and calculus that has to be kind of worked out. But as far as just a general practical cost saving thing, do it that way, and that way the flexibility of spending falls on the consumer. You give them the base, you give them the the bare bones console, the bare bones Helix, which is still self-sufficient. You can still play games on it because there's 16 gigs of RAM on it, right? And it has 512 memory, right? Just basically like what the regular Xbox One X is, right? Do that. But then you say expansion slot for the memory, expansion slot for the RAM. Come on, son. Let's go. And you make it so that it's common stuff that you can buy. You can go to Micro Center and buy some RAM sticks and throw it in your Helix, and you're good to go. And then you get a automatic jump. It is a hybrid PC, so it should act like one and say, oh, you got more memory, let's go. We got more performance, let's go. I'm just saying. That would be something that would be interesting. Now, I don't know if all these console fools, these console people who hate PCs would prefer that, because they're like, oh, I don't want to mess with the PC because I'm stupid, or I'm just saying, or lazy. I don't know. But look, if you could unscrew a screw and slap a stick in it and click it and screw it back, that's all you got to do. I mean, RAM is even easier. You just click it and stick it. It's super easy. And especially since these chips are like APUs, so they're, generally speaking, they are laptop GPUs. But I mean, honestly, they did make desktop versions of the PS5 and Xbox Series consoles from the. Well, I know PS5. I'm not sure about Xbox. I think they did Xbox too. But they made desktop versions of them for the failed chips that where they just shut off the GPU, just used the CPU portion of the APU. So, whatever. I mean, there are different ways. I think the smartest thing that they have done, Microsoft, and I said this in the last video, but I'm gonna say it again. The fact that the Magnus chip is kind of a chip that is part of the AMD line of chips, if that makes sense. So this chip is going to live in different hardware configurations that are just like PC. Whatever AMD, when AMD provides the chips for different PCs, laptops, whatever, Magnus is one of them. I don't know if it's RDNA, was it 5? Where are they up to now? And Ryzen, I don't even know what Ryzen 7 or whatever. But the fact that it is exactly the same chipset as their GPUs going forward, then it's like it's no like, oh, it's kind of like, no, it's exactly like that because it's the same chips. So that was smart. That way, I don't know if AMD has to pay them a little bit of dough on each of graphics cards they sell, or I don't know how that works, but it's like, it's kind of cool because it's like, oh, so now it's not a bespoke hardware thing. It'd be more ubiquitous and giving assuming that it is a successful implementation and it performs well. I mean, we'll have to see, but regardless, it's going to be out there. So I know that Matthew Ball is talking about they're looking at different ways to approach the Helix hardware right now because of the prices and stuff, but it's still interesting if they still go along with that plan, because it's already designed. They just have to manufacture them. So, but anyway, we'll see. I'm super exhausted. I'm so tired right now, and it's really hot. It's summertime. I don't care what date it is. It's summertime. It's 1,000 million degrees out here. It's so fly. So yeah. But anyway, I appreciate your answers. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about, once again, all the interviews. Get all that information. But my ideas about how they can navigate these crazy waters, and let me know if you guys have the current gen consoles and thinking about, for a second, the people who are still on Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s, whatever, what are they going to buy? Are they going to buy an Xbox Series S, which is the cheapest way to play Grand Theft Auto? And if they're broke, which they kind of are because they're still on last gen, makes sense, right? So it is up to Xbox to make, I say, redesign the Series S, maybe boost the clocks a little bit. I would say boost the clocks on the X2 as well, and just do it as an update so everybody could get it. And then, like I said, redesign the S and the X, but the S, make it a little bit more cuter, make it just more, it's cool as it is, but it's not assuming. But if you make it like, oh, that's sexy right there, like if you make it like a little mini 360, come on, son, that's an easy win. And then all the people who are on PlayStation and Xbox One, they go and get a Series S real quick. Series S. Anyway, I appreciate. I'll talk to you on the next one. Till the wait.